at
Let's
least
go,
I
Poke Squad.
Okay.
Can I ask you this question? And I want to
Mhm.
know, like, now a few days down the line from you uploading your response,
Mhm.
do you still feel as if your response is like a good response? Would you change anything about it or not?
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. I was trying to get it out soon enough that people didn't start like getting even more mad because I hadn't responded. I feel like there definitely would have been a lot more things that I would have touched on. For example, like reacting to stuff on stream. I probably
Yeah.
would have talked more about like the Instagram deal
Okay.
thingy. Yeah. So I definitely would have made it longer, but I also have seen in the past that sometimes when you just go on and on and on, for starters, people won't watch the whole thing and will miss a lot of points and just think that you never touched on them. And secondly, some
Right.
people will say like, "Oh, you're just dragging this on for like higher watch time or something." So I was
Okay.
trying to make it in a sense short and sweet, but I do know
Yeah,
it might not have been the perfect spot because there was more that I could have touched on.
for sure. I do feel like it probably would have been better in your position to actually go through all of the criticisms and all of the points, just so you don't have to deal with people kind of attacking those points
Mhm.
which you didn't address. And on regards of being concerned people won't watch the whole video,
Mhm.
I do feel like that's, it's not really particularly excusable considering the fact that even my video, which is just some gameplay footage, is 12 minutes long and sparked a
Mhm.
conversation involving pretty much all of the points coming up to like the 10-minute mark and whatever. So I do feel like people do watch through these videos completely. That's just me though.
You would think so, but also like during your video, you said don't hate on Pokey, but people still do. Like they probably didn't
Yeah.
even watch it to the point to hear that. Or for example, in my video, people were saying that I hadn't apologized at all when I did like twice. And if you
Mm,
literally watch a full video where I say I apologize for that and where I mention
okay.
being sorry about
Yeah.
things, and then you comment and say she didn't even apologize, it's like you must not have even
Okay.
watched the video. You get what I
Right.
mean? So it's
Sort of,
definitely just
but
like a hard
in the
thing to
same
balance.
situation concerning your apologies, a lot
Hmm.
of people are mentioning this as well, as it's kind of seemed like, PewDiePie calls you out. Obviously, he's got so much power, so much status,
Hmm.
and you kind of like really side with him. Oh, sorry, PewDiePie, all of that stuff. But when it comes to Fainted, because I'm like small YouTuber kind of thing, it almost feels
Hmm.
like you avoided some of my points and then cut up my reaction as well a little bit, which was kind of worrying. But I don't know how you feel about that.
We can discuss it on like a topic by topic basis for sure.
Okay. Okay, cool.
And the thing is, you even brought up the copy strike thing. And in that case, I was siding with you as well for that part of your video.
Okay. Is this concerning Bowblax, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bowblax.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
Cool.
So it was more so like I was going off of general topics that were brought up to me a lot in like recent times. So the copy strike thing, and I mean, Pewds also mentioned it like very briefly.
Yeah.
And I sided with him because that's generally how I feel about the topic. And that's not just because of his size, because I mean, as you see through the DMs, I communicated the exact same thing to Bowblax like almost a month ago. So it
Okay.
wasn't just like I was trying to use Pewds as a vessel to just agree with him and be like, oh yeah, like he said I was wrong, so like I'm wrong. I had said the same thing weeks ago as well.
Okay. So like if you could change it, you wouldn't have striked Bowblax, right?
No, of course not. I mean, even he re-uploaded it within 24 hours. My MCN came to me and they're like, we can take it down again. And I was like, you know what? No, like, I don't want to. And even in that moment, 24 hours later, I said
Yeah.
no. And this
Okay.
was, again, weeks and weeks and weeks ago.
It was. And can I ask though, in
Mhm.
that situation,
Mhm.
did you ever contact Bowblax before striking his video?
Mm,
No,
like,
she didn't.
like before I took it, before it was taken down?
Yeah.
No.
Because I was suggesting to Bowblax
Contact him
like
for what?
I was just thinking like maybe with the whole strike system, I don't know if you're aware, on YouTube, it's pretty bad for a channel for them to get a proper copyright strike. You can only get 3 and then your channel's deleted. So I was just
I
thinking,
believe
if you
that's
weren't
a
happy with the video,
strike and not a copy strike.
It can be a copy strike. If the video is striked for monetization and you take the monetization but the video's still up, that's not a strike.
that's a claim.
That's a
a
claim.
claim.
But if
Mhm.
you take
I
the
think-
video fully down, it is a strike and it affects my channel. And if I have 3, I have it deleted.
Yeah. So Poki sent a copyright strike, right,
Yes,
to
it
your
was
video.
a strike, not a
And
claim.
my suggestion was, like, I personally think it would have been a better idea had she DM'd you on Twitter and said, "Yo, Bowblax, would you mind taking down this video?" So then it means she can get what she wants, obviously the video taken down, and then you don't get a copyright strike to your channel. Just like some form of contact before initiating that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally get your point. I would like to say, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I mentioned this to Bowblax in DMs way later, that I wasn't fully aware about the situation and how copy strikes affected someone's channel. I was under the assumption that full-on strikes are what take down a channel once you get 3, and I thought that it was different to copy strike a video than to strike an entire channel.
Yeah, and apparently...
Does that make sense? And I'm
Not
still not
really.
yeah. Again,
Yeah, sorry. Do you want me to
just
clear it up for you?
Sure.
So right, with Bowblax, you sent a copyright strike, so that takes down his video so nobody can see it, and it also issues 1 strike onto his channel, and then he loses a bunch of features to his channel. You can then get a 2nd strike, and then a 3rd strike. Once you get the 3rd one, it's the
Your channel's gone, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Bowblax, can you confirm that that's what happened to you?
So, unless, like, multiple videos get striked, unless I get, like, striked on 3 different videos, my channel doesn't get deleted.
Did you lose any
features?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a couple features for a brief time. So basically the copyright strike came and I had a chance to kind of appeal it a couple times. Each time I attempted to appeal it, even after you decided to leave the re-upload up, Omni Media, when I contacted them about getting the original video up, they still wouldn't take it down. I emailed them, I contacted them in any way possible. And they also said the same thing that you said, that, like, my video wouldn't put a strike on it. It was just a claim, and it wouldn't affect my channel. But then I emailed them proof that...
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, I emailed them proof that that wasn't the case, and they just didn't respond. So it was really, like, an unprofessional experience I had with contacting Omni Media about getting it up, even though you kind of were okay with the video being up after the re-upload was up. They still didn't help at all to, like, restore the original video and help me with the strike.
I'm really sorry to hear that, and I want to say I did not know that it would affect your channel in that way, and if I had, then I probably would have tried to contact you or try to figure out a way to take the video down that wouldn't impact your channel or its status.
Yes.
So yeah, I was generally just not aware that a copy strike did that. I thought it was an entire strike on the channel.
Yes.
Yo,
But, yeah.
Poki,
Yeah,
I
I
really
know
need
that
to
now.
ask you. I really need to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
At this point, what kind of conclusion are you guys coming to on the issue of fair use? Because, of course, we can talk about the copyright strike for days, but was it actually legally fair for you to strike that video or not?
So here's what we have come to. Basically, I have triple checked with my MCN, and they are very firm on the fact that it is not fair use. I've tried to get like 2 or 3 other third-party opinions. I'll show you, for example, like what
cool.
some people have said.
And did you see Keemstar's tweet?
Yes, I don't know what case he's referring to, so I can't really speak on that. But this is, for example, something that a third party has said to me. But again, it basically comes down to, for example, Keemstar and Bowblax, maybe they do define it as fair use. Me, my MCN, well, I'm not even sure about me. I'll explain a bit. My MCN and a lot of other third parties will say that it is not fair use or transformative. But at the end of the day, it's very hard for anyone to say definitively unless we like took it to court, which is something that neither me or Bowblax are really interested in doing. So we can only really say what we think based on past experiences and based on like what YouTube allows and what MCNs have
Okay.
generally agreed upon.
Okay. So are you saying
Can I give a
you're
quick
not sure?
example?
Yeah, go for it.
So, as a lot of people already know, streamers will claim videos that use their content very frequently, like the biggest streamers, Ninja, Shroud, Daquan, whoever else, right? And they will claim not only like full re-uploads, but also things where there's like compilations where it's just like partially their content. They will claim part of that video or the whole video, even if it's just like 1 to 2 minutes and a compilation, but it is using their content. That is a very common thing. Now, under that assumption, if that video is not fair use and they can claim it for revenue, even though it's a compilation, the same thing would apply to Bowblax's video. So if compilations are fair use, then literally all the top streamers and what all of the MCNs are doing is incorrect.
Yeah.
So that's what pushed me to think a compilation like that with no heavy editing and no commentary is not fair use.
Okay.
I'd like
But
to...
you didn't obviously claim it just for monetization. You striped it, which is a different situation.
Yes, but at the end of the day, my point is just whether or not it's fair use.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
Because you can't claim something that is fair use.
I do.
And you shouldn't
You
copy
actually
strike
can.
something that is fair use.
On the YouTube copyright system, I'm sorry to say, is actually very broken.
I mean, not just like you can, but you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If you shouldn't claim something that isn't fair use, holy shit, this is so brain
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that because I know you're not like 100% into the whole YouTube scene, but there has been a lot of controversy recently with the whole...
I want to say that I completely understand that system gets abused and is abused, and it can affect channels really, really negatively. So I want to say on that front, I understand. So I understand where I went wrong with it. And in general, like I want to stand up for videos that are transformative and are fair use.
Yeah, so on the topic real quick of the video being fair use, I see my video pretty differently compared to like a Twitch compilation, because the thing about your Twitter videos is that you don't get, I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you get any monetary gain off your tweets, and the whole point of the copyright system is trying to like... But
Team for sure does, I think.
Okay, were you getting monetization off of your tweet to Keemstar though?
I'm not gonna speak on whether or not I have Twitter monetized. Don't believe I do, but like I know Keem does, I'm pretty sure, and I know you can.
Yeah. But basically what I was gonna say with that is like the intention of the copyright system is to like protect your property from like, you know, being stolen by other people and used for like monetary gain when you could make monetary gain off it, but with a tweet like that and the way it's compiled, I really don't think I was taking away like viewers from your stream or anything. I just thought like I was kind of making a cohesive video explaining a situation that isn't easily searchable by a lot of people or known about by a
again,
lot of
at the
people.
end of the day, although like according to everything I've been told, I'm legally within my right, like I still don't think it was really justifiable or a good thing to do to copy strike your video. And that's why in my video I tried to make it clear that I now don't think that that's something that I should have done, and that I apologize for it and have apologized to you as well.
Yeah.
Cool. And can I just ask one question?
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to know, at the point of when you did claim that video, did you claim it because of the issues like you were saying earlier with monetary gain, or was it simply because you were a little bit worried about your reputation with the whole drama and shit?
Yeah, as I said in my response video, it was not for monetary reasons. It was really just because I wanted like that drama to die down. Yeah, no, that's about it.
And some people were arguing that it almost seems like you wanted that drama to die down, so it felt like you abused the copyright system to get what you wanted.
Again, in the moment, I was told, and I'm still told, that it was legally within my right. So I didn't feel like I was trying to abuse the system or do something that is like illegal. That is definitely something I don't want to do. But regardless, in hindsight, it's not something I should have done. That's why even
And
24 hours later, I was like, yeah,
yeah,
let's not retake it down.
of course. And in the future, if you were to
Mhm.
see a video on YouTube that you feel infringes your copyright and that you have issues against it, feeling as if it's
Mhm.
not fair use and they use your content, I'd be interested to know what kind of process you'd go through this time, having, you know, experienced all of this and changed, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the situation. As I tried to clarify in my response video, the only time that I will strike a video from here on out is if it's just a re-upload of my stream and it's like content I want to utilize or content that is fully mine and like twisted to be inappropriate, like those.
Yeah.
You guys know what kind of videos I
Of
mean.
course.
But
Yeah.
even those, I'm not gonna claim for a while. I'm kind of just staying away from claiming or striking or whatever for
Yeah.
quite a while. But in the future, if I ever do, I'll know for sure
Yes.
that it's 100% within my right. And I never have and never will take down a video just because it criticizes me.
Okay,
Like
cool.
a transformative one, like for example, yours.
Nice one. Yeah, and I hope you saw in my video, I did mention the fact that I actually supported the fact that if you were to choose to take down Davcev's videos, for example, I actually supported that in that case.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people, I mean, understandably, a lot of people are saying, like, why would you take down other people using your content? Which I think they're referring to those compilations when I watch stuff on my stream. And I don't know if you spoke about that in your videos. I don't recall, but I'm happy to touch on that as well.
Was that the issue with you like walking out and playing YouTube
Yeah,
videos?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I keep seeing that clip.
Yeah, so in reference to that, I just want to say there definitely has been a couple times where like I leave a video running if like I gotta go pee or I want to grab something real quick. And I totally understand people's problem with that and how that can look hypocritical. So for that, I get it. I won't be doing that kind of thing. If anything, I would probably just play one of my videos. It was just a way to like keep my chat entertained. But that is the 1% of time that I'm watching a video, and the other 99% I am completely engaged and reacting, etc., etc. I rarely just like leave it on for long periods of time. So although I get why people are saying it, I feel like it gets blown a little bit out of proportion considering how rare that has ever happened.
No, I completely can sympathize with that, considering the fact that as a live streamer, you are literally going live and you can't change that for, say, 10 hours in a day. And then if someone takes a 1 minute clip, it's maybe
of
a
me
little
running
bit unfair.
out. Yeah, exactly. So I appreciate you understanding my side of things on that one.
That's cool.
Did you guys want to cover making fun of Davcev, or however you pronounce his name? I'm really bad at pronouncing his name.
They're like, oh,
I think
they call him
everybody
Davcev.
yeah, no, I think that would be a good thing to touch upon as well, because it's probably the biggest thing that you've brought up and that I've responded to, or the main thing.
Yeah, people were getting pretty upset about that, I'm not gonna lie. So what I thought was quite a strong point I made in my video is that you pretty much make it come across as if it was like okay to go to his Instagram simply because he leaves the link to it in his description. But I felt a little bit as if the fact that you'd previously said during that stream, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes ago, like, this guy is what's wrong with this world, and you really do push across the point that you aren't a big fan of this guy. Your chat's going crazy. You can actually see it in the replay of the video. Like the chat wants his head. Like they do not like this guy. Understandably, like, look, that's fair enough. But it, like for me, I did just feel like the fact that he used that link in his description didn't really make it okay necessarily to then bring it up on stream and like start going through his pics. It just felt a little bit weird for me.
Yeah, I remember watching the segment in your video regarding that. I want to mention a couple things. For starters, the whole like, hear what's wrong in this world. I want to say that was a meme.jpg, and I said in my video, my response video, I was like, that was entirely a moment of frustration. I was like, you're what's wrong in this world, people that look up my butt. And that was like the joke that I was trying to make. And
Okay.
yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing that you cut out of your video that I wish you didn't, but I understand why you did. You completely excluded the part of my response where I said I shouldn't have had that conversation at all, publicly especially, and it was entirely a moment of frustration. I'm sure you guys can, I hopefully empathize. Like, it's someone that is like trying to sexually exploit me and create these weird titles and clickbait for just like a bazillion views, that kind of thing. Like, after it happens to you so much, it's understandable why I would be frustrated. But as I said in my response, I shouldn't have had that conversation at all.
And did you come to that conclusion by yourself, or was that because in my first video I mentioned that it wouldn't, like, I personally felt it was a mistake for you to do that, or was that just down to your own conclusion?
I think it's something that I only really thought about after you started talking about it and other people started talking about it. So, as I said also in my response, like, I appreciate being called out for the stuff that I may mess up on, because at the end of the day, like, that's the only way that anybody ever grows from anything. So both like the copy strike and me saying I should not have had that conversation on stream, if at all. And I think I made it very clear that those are two things that I regret.
Okay.
But I felt like you kind of
course.
took it out of context by not including that part at all and saying like, oh, she didn't apologize, or like didn't care, or this is still wrong, when it's like, no, like, I know.
But you didn't like personally apologize to Davcev. It was just like, oh, I shouldn't have put that up on my stream. Yeah, it's pretty blatant that you shouldn't have live streamed that conversation, but it didn't really feel as if you gave a sincere apology towards Davcev, because whether we like it or not, unfortunately, in that case, thousands of people did come with ill intent towards Davcev after seeing your stream.
That's not true at all. You also said that in your first video. You said she pulled up his stream, and I'm sure there were lots of people who are fans of her that are probably really toxic and commented on it, but nobody, as far as I know, I checked some of his pics and none of my viewers said anything to him. And that's because in general, I don't promote that kind of thing, nor would I allow that kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
So maybe that's why in the moment, I didn't think much of bringing up his Instagram. It's because, like, in general, I don't showcase people on my stream or, like, visit Instagrams and then find that a ton of my viewers go and hate on it, regardless of what I say.
Okay, fair enough. I did notice that, like, a lot of the live stream chat was pretty aggressive, but in the future, do you think in the future, after this situation, that you probably will avoid, going through people's profiles or not?
I think, being completely honest, the way that I see it right now, and I'm open to discussion or being proven wrong, I feel like it's not harmful to visit people's Instagrams if it's not under a negative pretense. I know in that specific scenario, it was kind of under a negative pretense, but I think the way that I behave towards something is the most important thing, and that's what sets the standard for all of my viewers. Because all I did was scroll through and kind of giggle at a picture where his shorts looked funny, I don't think that my viewers would go there and do any different. Okay. So if I'm out here bashing someone, I'm probably not going to link their Instagram in my chat or show it on my stream. But as long as I'm not saying anything directly rude or offensive or promoting hate towards them, I don't think it should be seen as like the worst thing ever. But again, up to discussion if you'd like.
I'd be interested to know what Bowblax thinks, but in the whole Davcev situation, there was just like maybe 5 or 10 minutes leading up to that where it was almost like you brought him into the conversation, right, on a Discord call to like expose him. It's like, what are you doing? Your content's awful. Like, I don't like these videos. You're putting stuff up of my butt. Like, I know if I was a Poke Squad member and I was watching your live stream.
You don't gotta say it like that, man.
And like, I saw this dude was disrespecting you, right? And you're saying he's what's wrong with this world. Like, fair enough, you reckon it's mean, but you know, people can come to conclusions. It did seem like you weren't a big fan of him, and then like following that with the Instagram.
I'd like to clarify. You said like 5 to 10 minutes before it or whatever, and that I brought him up to talk about his content, but that wasn't the line of events at all. I brought him on because he was lying, or because he was saying that he was gonna gift subs and then just not doing it, and so I had dragged him into the Discord call, and I was like, oh, like, why did you say you were gonna do that but then you didn't? I mean, at the end of the day, like, sometimes I'm curious as to why people lie like that. So I just thought it might be, I don't know, a funny chat to have on stream. Yeah. And out of curiosity, I really wanted to know, why did he lie about that? And then I later on found out that he had that YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera. It wasn't like I brought him on with the intention to talk about that stuff. It just ended up happening. Again, it's a situation where, of course, in the future, I'm going to be especially careful not to try to draw any type of hatred towards someone. And it also seems like my community didn't really bash on him, which I appreciate. Aside from, you know, stuff in the chat like, roast him, but they just want me to do that for entertainment. And obviously I didn't, because I think it would be wrong to pull up someone's Instagram and just roast them.
I also think it clarifies the part where you say he's a liar, because a lot of people are like combining that clip with you just talking about like his content and the copyright strikes, and it kind of like puts it out of context, but it's clear that you were just calling him a liar because of the subs.
Yeah.
Epic.
Okay.
Fainted.
Like, you really don't have to hold back if there's something you just want to ask me, or if you think
that's cool. I think you've done a good explanation there, honestly.
I hope so, because I don't want it to come off to you personally or anyone else publicly that, like, there's things that I refuse to be apologetic about. I think I hope I did a decent job, and I know I could have done a better job in my response video to very specifically say, like, I shouldn't have had that conversation with that guy on stream. Wasn't a good time, and I was very frustrated, and I hope that explains maybe my attitude during it. And also the copy strike thing, and pointing out where I was wrong in that as well.
Is there any other, like, misconceptions that we missed that people are saying in general, not even specifically Fainted?
Probably the streaming and YouTube thing, but...
Oh, you mean, like,
the watching videos on stream.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People see that as kind of like the same content as the content you're copy striking, so...
I think it's fair if, like, you're reacting to it, and I think I shouldn't leave other people's content running. Even though I've only done that for like a couple minutes, I will avoid that in the future out of fairness.
Well, have you ever copy striked a video where they're reacting to your stream with their face cam? Well, so...
No, I think that's transformative if you're reacting to it.
Yeah, so even that, like, you're not hypocritical. It's not like you're taking down videos of people that would be doing that to you. So.
Of course not. I very much understand, like, reacting equals transformative.
Okay.
Or at least that's my opinion. And I think a lot of people also don't have that opinion. Like, they think if you're watching something and reacting to it, that it's not transformative.
The reason for that is that, like, a couple years ago on YouTube, there was this controversy with a YouTube channel called Jinx, where he would just pump out videos, and all he did was just stare at them with, like, barely any reaction.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and laugh sometimes, and... a lot of YouTubers got upset because he's basically a hub for their content, and he gets away with it by just staring at the camera. So everyone kind of saw that as, like, you know, abusing the system and taking away views from these YouTubers. So that's kind of probably why there's that misconception with reacting, and people feel like you need a certain level of reaction to make it, like, warranted for transformative and fair use.
Yeah, I understand some of the things that people bring up directly towards me is just issues that they have in general, whether it be with the system or past instances that don't even involve me. So I'm trying to just clarify my stance on them.
Pokey, earlier you said about me cutting up some of your points, which I wanted to know, like, did you notice in your apology video you cut up my point as well?
Which one?
It was just like a 20, maybe 15 seconds of my content, and essentially it just went from one bit to the next. There was like a huge cut. Can I just ask, was that maybe down to your editor or something?
Yes. I didn't edit every single little thing, but it's also just down to like I was trying to give context on the situation. I don't think I or he was trying to exclude anything specifically because I believe the part that we cut out was you saying that I laughed at something that I was laughing at his Instagram, right? That's the part we cut out.
And then there was the clip as well from the stream.
Yeah, I think the reason that wasn't included was because I believe I said that verbally. I said like, "Oh, people think that I pulled up this guy's Instagram to like ridicule him or laugh at him, but all I laughed
Yeah.
at was his shorts."
The little clip I used for my point, it kind of made my point a bit dry without that footage included. That's just how I feel.
Okay. Totally get where you're coming from. Don't think we did that super intentionally, but also same with you. Like you totally excluded the part of me saying that I shouldn't have had that conversation and that it was out of frustration. And I think that what you excluded hurt me a lot more than what I excluded hurting your point because you completely excluded my apology or my stance on that incident and you made it sound like it was something that I wasn't apologetic for at all.
Okay. Well, my viewers are always more than welcome to go and watch your full response.
It's just obviously people probably won't. Because I think they just enjoy the TLDR, the summary, and whatever ends up being like sensationalized or kind of juicy to watch. And you've done a good job of making your videos pretty juicy to watch.
The dark side of Pokimane.
Oh my god. Anyways, really just upfront from human to human, I want to say like I'm here to learn and am open to criticism, etc. So whatever points you think that I can learn from, like I hope you've either gotten them out and feel good about it. If there's anything else, just let me know.
No, I think we've done a pretty good discussion here, to be honest. Unless
We on
Bowblax
the
wants to
same
talk a bit more.
page?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm a terrible human being / Twitch thought?
I've literally never said that. I try to
Yeah, I
reiterate in
know.
my videos, they're from like a more formal perspective. I know a lot of commentators do seem to just come at you. I've seen a load of titles on videos like Pokimane, the biggest Twitch bot, shit like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is kind of cheap. That is cheap.
It is what it is. I hope I just do my best in the points where like I'm actually wrong and have room to learn. I can't help being called a Twitch thought. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Bowblax, anything from your end?
No, every problem I've ever had with you regarding the situation, we discussed it privately. The call we had earlier today really, like, clarified a lot of things for me, because in DMs it's like, you can misconstrue stuff sometimes. And, yeah, I'm on the same page, and I'm glad we all could, like, come together and, like, just talk this out and, like, actually get the points across instead of, like, flinging videos at each other and, you know, not actually communicating like humans, but communicating like YouTubers through videos. It's it's not productive, but it's definitely entertaining. So keep it up.
Yeah, I'm open line of communication.
All right, I'll be hitting you up some Fortnite duos then.
Let's fucking go. We're epic gamers here.
Hell yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all we are.
Don't invite me to a Fortnite match because I'll just int. But
it's okay. League, Urgot top league with you.
yeah, dude. Yeah, League I can handle much better.